Tokyo's train system is so complicated that people often make the mistake of getting on the wrong one. People should be especially cautious when taking the trains in Tokyo for the first time. If you do not plan carefully, you may encounter significant difficulties. If you take the wrong train or car, you may incur additional charges and not reach your destination. In this video, we will cover 5 common mistakes that first-time visitors to Tokyo make when trying to take the train at the lowest possible fare, to help you avoid getting on the wrong train. Now, let's get started. Number 1. A train that requires a reserved seat ticket. In Tokyo, there are paid trains that require a seat reservation ticket in addition to the basic fare. However, distinguishing between paid and complimentary trains can be challenging. Some trains, such as the Kawagoe line operating between Ueno and Narita Airport, are complimentary despite being named Limited Express. On the other hand, some paid trains aren't named Limited Express, such as Skyliner or Homeway. Another example is paid trains that look like complimentary trains. These are named Commuter Liner and are commonly seen on Tokyo's private railways. These are special trains that require a seat reservation ticket to board, available only during morning and evening peak hours. If you mistakenly board one thinking it's free, you'll be charged for the seat. Without prior knowledge, there's a risk of boarding the wrong train and being charged extra. So, how can you tell the difference? The first method is to ask station staff which trains you can ride for free. This is especially important if you're riding Tokyo trains for the first time. Second, you can check the electronic bulletin board or station arrival announcements. Paid trains are always indicated on the board or announced. Third, check whether the train has cross seats. Paid trains usually have cross seats. On the other hand, trains with only long seats are free to ride. In other words, you can ride for the basic fare only. The exception is, however, some trains with cross seats that may be free to ride. For example, the Tobu Tojo Line's Kawagoe Limited Express and the Keikyu Line's 2100 series. If you are unsure, be sure to ask a station staff member. Number 2. Paid car connected to a train. On some JR East lines, the Yokosuka Line, Joban Line, Shonan Shinjuku Line, Ueno Tokyo Line, and Chuo Line in Tokyo, reserved seat tickets are required for some cars on the train. These cars are called green cars and have distinctive markings. Green cars are located in the center of the train. To ride in these cars, you need a seat reservation ticket in addition to the basic fare. Seat reservation tickets can be purchased at station ticket machines or online. Be careful not to mistakenly board these cars thinking they are free, as you may be charged an extra fee. Similar to JR East lines, Tokyu lines also have paid cars called Q-Seat that have the same functions as green cars. These are only available in the evening and later. This mark is the identifier. Number 3. A train that branches off in a different direction from your desired destination. In Tokyo, it is common for a single train to run on multiple lines. In other words, the same train may run from the starting to the terminal station on a single line, or it may operate along a different line from an intermediate station. If you don't check where the train you are currently riding is going, you may end up at a different destination. For example, suppose you are heading to Shinjuku and board this train at Omiya. This train is bound for Odawara. However, this train passes through Akabane, Ueno, Tokyo, so it does not go through Shinjuku. The same Odawara-bound train passes through Shinjuku from Akabane. These two trains depart from the same platform, use the same cars, and have the same destination, so it is impossible to tell which train to take. The distinction is as follows. Trains that pass through Tokyo Station are called the Ueno Tokyo Line. On the other hand, trains that pass through Shinjuku Station are called the Shonan Shinjuku Line. To distinguish between these lines, you must carefully check the electronic display boards and destination indicators on the trains. If you accidentally board the Ueno Tokyo Line, you will need to transfer at a carbonet. As such, even if the same two trains depart from the same platform, they often have different stops, so you must confirm if the train heads for your intended destination or not before boarding. Number 4. Yamanote Line that goes in the opposite direction from your desired destination. The Yamanote Line is a circular route, so it has no terminal station. This means you cannot recognize the terminal station on the train or the electronic display board. Instead, the intermediate stops are displayed, such as Ueno, Tokyo direction, or Shinjuku, Shibuya direction. Since it is a circular line, no matter which direction you take, you will definitely reach your desired destination. Depending on which direction you choose, however, you may spend nearly an extra hour before reaching your destination. The strategy for the Yamanote Line is to carefully examine the current station and train route map to confirm which direction will get you there faster. Next, look at the information board at the top of the station stairs to understand which stations the train you are about to board will pass through. If you are not careful, especially when you are in a hurry, it is easy to board a train going in the opposite direction of your destination on these trains that do not have a final destination. Number 5. Women-only cars. If you are an adult man, you should remember what I am about to tell you. Many trains in Tokyo have a car for women and children only in the front or rear of the train during the morning rush hour. In other words, adult men are not allowed to board these cars. Since the time is limited and there are no announcements, it is easy for men to board it by mistake. Especially those who are not accustomed to using trains in urban areas during commuting hours may unknowingly board these cars. Of course, if you notice, you can move to another car. But if you are unaware of their existence, you may continue riding without realizing it. Recently, there have been increasing cases of men who intentionally boarded women-only cars being attacked by a woman, so caution is necessary. If you board the train before 10 a.m., keep the existence of this car in mind and pay attention to this sticker. When traveling in Tokyo, keep the 5 cases above in mind. This will help you avoid many mistakes. Of course, if you have any questions, we recommend consulting with the station staff because they can speak English. Please enjoy a comfortable trip by referring to this video. Thanks for watching.